Daily average, 1 hour, 48 minutes.
Screen time?
Yeah, but it just went way up because I'm playing my new favorite game.
What is your new favorite game?
It's solitaire something.
Solitaire what?
They just call it solitaire.
Solitaire like cards, like a deck of cards?
Yeah, but it's special.
How is it special?
Actually, I don't know. It's just different. It's fun.
Uh-huh.
My mom showed it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm also playing Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. That's a good one.
I haven't played games on my phone in forever.
Really?
Okay? But I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving week. I'm going to have a lot of free time.
A lot of free
I have
time.
a lot of free time, so I'm going to be...
Got a lot of time on my hands.
Got a lot of time playing the solitaire. The problem with the solitaire is you got to get coins.
Yeah, that's true.
And I keep losing all my coins. So...
I say, yeah, that's true. As if I've ever played solitaire, I don't have a clue what you guys are doing right now on solitaire.
You've never played solitaire?
Well, I wouldn't say I've played cards solitaire. I've not played whatever special solitaire you're doing right now.
You got an iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay, download it because you're gonna have free time this week.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving. What are you going to do on Thanksgiving Day?
Josie, I want you to hear that I should be having free time right now because
Yeah.
it's Thanksgiving week.
Yeah. You're not going to have any free time?
I'm not going to say any more around that. I just want it to be noted in the annals. That.
In the annals?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a historical term.
Oh, okay. That's a new one for me. Josie, I'll tell you right now.
Do you not read the Bible?
His face right now?
Do you not read the Bible?
His face right now would say to me, he's not expecting any free time. So,
thanks, man.
if you're listening, you probably already turned us off right now. You already turned us off right now.
Honk the horn before you roll the bus over me again. Are you ready to get started?
I got a jack. I jacked that bus off.
You got a jack.
If I ran over you and you got caught, you're being dragged, I would tell the bus driver to stop. I'd get the jack it up, and I'd pull you out.
Okay.
Because I'm your friend. That's what friends do.
That is what friends do.
Yeah. No free time. Well, that's too bad.
I mean, I'm not expecting free time, I guess.
Why? Well, that's why it's not going to happen. Don't you ever listen to those motivational speakers? You don't think it's going to happen, it's not going to happen, Joel.
Wow, okay.
Let me declare something over.
What book did you get out of that?
Let me declare something. The Bible.
Okay.
Let me declare something over you right now. You will have free time this week.
Amen.
You know why?
Amen.
Because you deserve it.
Come on.
Download that game.
Come on.
And take some time for yourself.
What's it called?
Those little dills can handle themselves. Okay?
They are getting better at that. That's for sure.
Hey, where are you going for Thanksgiving?
Iowa.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. This is actually one of my favorite trips that we take each year. We carve out time, and we make this trip happen all the time.
This is whose parents?
This is, well, it's not really parents, but it's family. Josie's mom's side of the family is all back there in
Ankeny.
No, Des Moines.
Sorry.
Des Moines. Yeah,
Des Moines.
no, that's fine.
Sorry.
Josie spent some time in Ankeny, though.
Yeah. That's where my parents are from.
And they're here.
And they're here.
Yeah. And I actually missed an opportunity to reintroduce myself to Mama Cody today. So, bummed.
I thought because of
bummed.
previous episodes, I was assuming you've never met my mom, but you have several times. She just doesn't remember you.
Right. Well, I
said hey to her today because she was here.
No, I missed my opportunity.
Okay.
But I saw Vanessa and the girls, and I didn't realize she was right behind. I just didn't. I wasn't paying attention.
And the reason why I said here is
It's my
because
bad.
we're actually recording this on a Sunday, which is new for us.
That's right.
Because we're getting ready for Thanksgiving, and you're not going to be here.
That's right. Well, and we were making up for the fact that both of us were out of town all week last week.
You know why?
Why?
We're in high demand.
That's right.
Busy people.
I want everyone that could be a potential sponsor
Busy
to understand
people. That's right.
that we are in
You were down in
high
Houston.
demand.
You were down in Houston.
Yes.
I was up in the mountains.
Yep.
And we were so busy we couldn't get one evening.
so busy.
And then we had the one evening that was scheduled, and I had to cancel on you.
Yeah.
You got in a bad mood. And
I
so
did.
here we are, because right after this podcast.
My favorite part was I said I said Sunday this time, and you just said got it.
Got it.
Got
it.
Like you knew.
And I was here.
I could not, man.
And I was here. And I was here ready to go, and you were late. And here we are.
Yeah, then that's my bad.
But you know what? Game recognized game.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. So we got a little bit of time here. We're going to talk about some things. Let's start off.
Have we officially started?
Well, I did say let's get started back
sweet.
a little while ago. And then we
Episode 5.
We're on. Episode 5. It's episode 5 of Bake the Cake. I'm Joel, and he's Matt.
Yeah.
We have no guest this time because we want to talk to you guys about something that's really important.
First of all, let's give a
okay. Shout-outs?
Well, just shout out to the Instagram.
The Instagram
gangsters out there.
The Instagram fam.
We're up to 50-something, Joe.
If you're not following us on Instagram, you can. And we're at Bake the Cake Pod.
Yeah.
And I think we're fun to follow because we're not going to overwhelm your feed with content.
No, 10 posts in the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, we're just going to kind of steadily be there. Do you know what my favorite new post is? It's a T-shirt.
That's why I want to talk about Instagram.
Go ahead.
Because we got some merch. Now, some people have said this is
like
a little
Chance
too
the Rapper.
soon. Some people say it's a little bit too soon.
Life's so perfect, I could merch it.
But guess what? We've already sold some. You about to see some merch around here, man.
That's right. People are going to be wearing and sporting Bake the Cake.
And if I was a sponsor, if I wasn't a sponsor yet, I would get on the sponsorship for this podcast.
Because we are about to blow up.
People are about to be walking around town with our merch.
Yep.
Now, it's not all about merch, but a lot of it has to do with it.
It has to do with merch.
This is just
so we got merch out.
Yeah,
you can
buy a t-shirt.
Go to Instagram, Bake the Cake Pod. There's a link in the bio. That's so cheesy to say, but it's true. That's where it is.
Link in the bio.
Link in the bio. You can go get a t-shirt and start repping your favorite podcast. Because if you're listening to us on episode 5, we have got to be in your favorite podcast list.
Just in time for Christmas.
You can get yes.
Oh my gosh.
If you order it now, the deliveries will be made before Christmas.
Oh man.
So I'm excited, and I think there's way more to come on that. This was just kind of a first effort.
Just having some fun.
We're just trying to get our feet wet on the merch side.
Just messing around, having fun. You can also send us an email. And our email address is bakethecakepod@gmail.com. Did I say it right?
Bakethecakepod@gmail.com.
Bakethecakepod@gmail.com.
We got an email this last week.
Oh my god.
We got an email from our favorite,
the one and only
Jared Ellis.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's the first legit email that we've gotten.
Yeah, long-time fan.
Yep.
First subscriber of the podcast.
Yep. Shout out to Jared Ellis. The Homilist.
The Homilist. TheHomilist.com.
Hey, you know what? Pro move. I saw this. But he actually had a season finale. He's got seasons.
Oh, yeah.
That's
he does
how
season 1. Yeah.
That's how good this guy is. So go check out the Homilist podcast.
Yeah, Jared. And guess what? You're welcome. Because some people have listened to this podcast and they've gone and they've watched your episodes. You're welcome. You're welcome.
We've got all the love we need from you, Jared.
What would it take? Hey, listen. I'm getting a little feisty, but just hear me out. What would it take for Bake the Cake to be a sponsor on the Homilist?
I don't think it'd take that much.
We rep that thing so much.
Isn't College of the Ozarks the sponsor?
Right now.
We could be better than that.
Right now they are.
Hey, what kind of love is College of the Ozarks giving
How many views? Okay, this is controversial.
Okay, no,
How many
wait.
views is Ozark sending his way?
No,
How
listen.
many?
Probably not enough. Now listen here. This is what we got to do. We have got to jump on and start pushing one of Jared's episodes and just push it.
Season 4, Matt Cody, great episode. You should.
That feels a little bit.
You should watch.
Feels
it.
a little
Probably the best episode he's got on there right now. I know.
Better than Stephen Manfield.
Yes.
Part 1 or part 2.
Yes. Wow. Yes.
Okay.
I sum all that up in my episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no way you're not. There's no way you're gonna watch my episode and not laugh. You're gonna laugh because Jared and I we have fun together.
That is true. That was actually hilarious. The first 20 minutes was not even the podcast.
Yeah, it was a little bit of what we do sometimes, just joking around.
Yeah.
We restarted about 3 times. Cause he said, "Let's get serious." Can't do it.
That's where you done screwed up.
You get an Enneagram 8 and an Enneagram 7 together. That's what you get.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Perfection. Yeah, perfection.
So no, we are excited to be back here recording after a little bit of a week off. Not really a week off for either one of us, but in the podcasting world, that's what you'd have to call it.
Yeah.
And so we want to talk about something a little bit serious.
Okay.
It's the name, Bake the Cake.
It's time.
People keep asking, what is with the name? So it's time to talk about it. So we got to take you back a few years to start this off.
Tell us the story.
So here's what, I'm not a good storyteller, so I was actually going to punt this over to you, but that's fine. So we are in an establishment in Frederick with our good friend Dave Flaherty. That's where this started.
My favorite Apache helicopter pilot of all time.
I think if you are unfamiliar with our affinities for Dave, you can go back to episode 4.2.
Yeah.
And listen to that because we have deep admiration for Dave Flaherty.
One of the best.
So we're sitting there with Dave, and we're chatting about all kinds of things in life. And at that time, one of the main stories in the news and in culture at that time was a story about a couple of homosexual men that were going to get married because laws had started to open up to allow the LGBTQ community to have marriages recognized by law. And so this is 2017. And I think it even starts, it precedes that as far as date, but 2017 is when the Supreme Court ruled on it. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a couple of different stories. The one in Colorado, like the article I'm looking at here, is dated June 2018 when they ruled.
Gosh, was it 2018?
This says Monday, June 4th, 2018. But this is Colorado. I think it happened, a court case like this happened in Oregon or somewhere, up on the West Coast. But so there's multiple cases that have gone.
Let's just sidebar and just say that that's part of the problem. That these people are not baking the cake.
Yeah.
And that's where this started. We were talking about a similar situation then to one of these that happened even close to us. And we were talking about the fact that a bakery would not bake the cake for this wedding. And we started bouncing around with Dave some of our feelings about it.
Yeah.
And just kind of what that meant to us and what we felt was right, wrong, or otherwise.
Right.
And we got down to this spot and we just said, what would Jesus do? What would God do in this situation if he was here, if he was running a bakery? These guys came in and said, we want a cake made.
Right.
What do you do? To show the love of Jesus, you bake the cake.
I think so. Yeah.
I feel really,
and
there was like question behind that.
Right.
I don't really feel like there's a question behind that.
No.
I'm baking the cake.
No, yeah. In this scenario, you're baking the cake. Now, which over the last couple of years now, we have used this phrase with each other sometimes.
Yeah, it's come up actually quite a bit.
And back in episode 2 maybe or something, we talk about Christian culture a little bit, and we've said this isn't a like a religious podcast, so to speak. We have freedom to chat about whatever we want. However, you and I, we're both Christians. We both love the local church. We love Jesus.
Yeah.
And I just think it's interesting that in the Christian culture, and we kind of poke fun of it sometimes. I've joked with you.
I think we have to, yeah.
Because, you like rap music and you say you're still a Christian.
I love rap music.
I think it's interesting sometimes in the Christian culture how we get confused sometimes. And there are some scenarios, as I'm talking here, there's a couple of scenarios that I think other people would, like, they'll say, well, if you say yes to baking the cake, what about this? And they're going to throw some other scenarios out there. And I don't know how I would answer some of those other scenarios, but I know how I would answer this one. But what's interesting is in Christian culture, we tend to think a lot like if you are familiar with the Bible, there's the Old Testament and New Testament. Old Testament, covenant, that God's people had this kind of relationship where they would like build up walls. Like they were trying to create distance between people who didn't worship God.
Yeah.
It was that kind of like, God's protecting you, keeping you safe, and you're going to stay away from all these people who don't agree with what you agree. Then in the new covenant, what we see with Jesus, what we believe is Jesus begins to say, hey, things are going to change. Things are changing. I'm bringing the kingdom of God down to earth. And then you get all the way to John 13, which I think is the climax of the Christian faith, where Jesus says to his disciples, a new command I give to you, love one another, just as I have loved you, so you will love one another. In fact, Jesus says, and this is how I will know that you are my disciple. Or this is how I know you're a Christian. This is how I know you're a follower of me, by how you love one another. And Jesus has a bunch of other times where he's talking about, well, what do you mean? What does that mean to love people? Do you just love your neighbor, your physical neighbor? And Jesus keeps breaking that down. He goes,
who is my neighbor?
Yeah, everyone is your neighbor. Everybody. You're loving everybody. So I think it's interesting.
Even the guys that come in and they want a cake for a very special occasion.
And here's the tension of the deal, right?
Yep.
Because those cake bakers, okay, this is what they would say. And if you read these articles, this is what they would say. They would say, if I bake this cake, then I'm saying then I'm saying that I'm kind of giving my stamp of approval that I think this homosexual relationship is right or good. And I think that's wrong.
Yeah, 100% wrong.
I think that's wrong. How does...
But it underlines and underscores the problem, or one of the major problems with our society right now is that we cannot disagree with each other.
Right.
Like, we are unallowed to disagree with each other, because as soon as I disagree with you, that means I hate you. Basically, that's where our society has gotten to. And I think what Jesus has asked us to do time after time is to love each other.
Time after time.
We've been throwing back some 80s music. Hey, sidebar, because this is not the right time, but we have to talk about it, is we were singing some Paula Abdul and Dane Voorhees, episode 4.2.
Heard it, yeah.
He had no idea what we were singing. 90s baby had no idea what we were singing.
He's not coming back on the podcast.
Not for a while.
Now, let me just read you this quote real quick. I just looked it up. I like this quote. I have read this from the stage here at Rocky a couple of times, and it goes to what you're saying, which is this might be like the anthem of our podcast a little bit.
Yeah.
But this is from Rick Warren, who's a pastor. He's well-known, purpose-driven life. He's out in California.
He's got a lot of great stuff.
He says this. Yeah. Our culture has accepted two huge lies. The first is that if you disagree with someone's lifestyle, you must fear or hate them.
False.
The second is that to love someone means you agree with everything they believe or do.
Also false.
Both are nonsense. You don't have to compromise convictions to be compassionate, which I would say, why...
Say that last part again. You don't have to...
You don't have to compromise convictions.
That's right.
To be compassionate. Or you could say... You don't have to compromise convictions or beliefs to love.
Right.
So what I don't understand is, no matter where you and I may say what we believe or hold to be true in the context of marriage or homosexual relationships or whatever, as Christians, when I read this, I go, because you see the Christian community, they rally and they go, yeah, that's right, we have rights, and you see this in the articles. These people are going, yeah, that's right. If you don't want to bake that cake for that homosexual couple, you shouldn't have to. And just, rah, 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 rah. And I'm watching it, and I'm going, what are we doing? What are we doing? We got excited because what? We stuck it to that homosexual couple, and we said, we're not going to bake you a cake. You got to go to somebody else. I go, that is not... I just can't come up with a reason why you wouldn't.
Right.
I grew up, I got my undergraduate degree. I went to a seminary where our chancellor said this: if it's Christian, it should be better. So I look at this and goes, if these guys are Christian bakers, they should have, what an opportunity to go, we're going to bake you the best cake.
Right. That's right. That's right. That is the...
Don't get me fired up, Joe Dill. You should.
This is why we've waited. Cake. This is why we've waited 5 episodes to talk about this, because we were both very passionate about this concept. And so here's the point, is that one of the reasons that we brought a podcast even up is because we like to talk. Okay.
Yeah.
But
some
secondly,
people think too much.
We feel very passionately about a few things, and as much as we can influence this idea. Within not just, I mean, we like to poke fun at Christian culture, but really it's our whole culture.
Yeah.
It's the entire culture.
No, you're right. No, it
is.
You're right.
We want to push influence that we believe there is a right way to do things to everyone, that involves everyone, that shows them love that everyone deserves, and that's to bake the cake. And that's why we named it Bake the Cake, because we want to live lives where we are constantly reminded ourselves and reminding each other that it is okay to go against things that might not feel comfortable in the moment, but it's part of honoring each other and showing people love that again everybody deserves.
Yeah, it's
bake the cake.
Again, if you consider yourself to be a Christian, if you're part of the local church, this is. If you don't bake the cake, it is Old Testament thinking. And again, this is what Jesus, this is one of the reasons why he'll get crucified. Because he is consistently, in his day and age, he's hanging out.
Because he is baking the cake.
He is.
All the time.
With tax collectors and sinners.
Prostitutes.
And he's having dinner with them. And the religious people are going, you can't do that. you can't bake that
That's
cake.
right.
You can't have dinner with that guy because he is unclean. And Jesus says, yes, I can, because I have come for these people. And again, what I think the religious people were saying was, and in fact, they use this against Jesus because they actually say to him, oh, you said you were the Son of God. And he goes, yes, I did say that. And they go, well, see, you can't be the Son of God and have dinner with those people. You can't do it.
Right.
Because those people are sinners. Those people are tax collectors. You can't have a meal with them. And I think there's still something in us.
And you know what, Jesus, it didn't get translated into the gospel, but Jesus said, bake the cake.
Yeah, I think so.
I do too.
I think so. I again, in this scenario here, I think we got to be really careful to say, what reason do we have? What reason do you have or do I have as followers of Jesus not to love people and not to serve people? What excuse could you give that Jesus himself would actually go, that, oh, okay, that's right. Don't love that person or don't serve that person, which I think serving is a characteristic of love.
Yep.
I can't come up with an excuse or a reason why you can't.
Right.
We're just talking about cake here.
And
But Christian culture goes, look at here. We fought for our rights, and now we've got homosexuals coming in here. By the way, this is what they do for a living.
the baked cakes.
They bake cakes?
We're getting tied up in eggs, flour, and butter.
Oh, my gosh, dude. And I go, what a great opportunity to love and to serve, to bake the best cake. I'm telling you, man, if I wasn't already Christian, if I didn't grow up in a Christian household and, bump into Jesus at age of 12, if I was just a 35-year-old right now looking at the church, I don't know, because of stories like this,
Right.
I don't know if I'd want anything to do with it.
And I think that's a big piece of what we're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
we want people to see how fun this is,
Yeah.
and that loving people doesn't need to be hard.
No.
It doesn't need to be hard.
Why?
So we want to go bake the cake every day.
Yeah, why does somebody think that baking a cake for a homosexual couple threatens their faith? When these are the things that I go, we should be looking for these opportunities, right?
Yes.
Shouldn't
Yep.
we?
No, 100%. We have to be looking
Jesus
for
says, I'll know you're my disciple, how you love one another. Should we not be looking for opportunities to go, I can help with that?
Yep.
Oh, you need a cake? I'll bake you one.
I'll bake a cake.
Man.
So I hate to disappoint the people that are out there that are going, I thought I was listening to a
Yeah.
baking podcast.
but-
You are,
Yeah.
but not in the baking that you probably want to be doing.
Listen, there's a day coming, though. I've already foreshadowed this, Joel. There's a day coming.
Yeah.
Because some people said, how awesome would it be if you guys somehow come up with a way where people are interacting with you,
Yeah.
and then like the winner gets a cake or something.
Yeah.
I think that would be freaking amazing. How fun would that be? We design cakes, and then we ship them to our listeners. You're scared right now?
No, I'm not. But
We're not
I
just
mean,
in the T-shirt business, bud. We're in the cake business.
No, that's actually kind of fun.
Okay.
I mean, I'm fine with it. It falls into what we do.
Any bakers out there who won't bake cakes
No, we've
for
got an
homosexual
inside-
couples, you give us a call. Give us a
Oh.
call. I'll bake you a
Oh.
cake. I don't
Yeah.
know what it's going to look like. I don't know how good it's going to taste. I'll bake you a cake.
Bake the cake.
With love.
A lot of love.
Yeah.
A lot of love. So that sums up what we do, why we're doing this, why we called this podcast Bake the Cake.
We just think there's some fun conversations and conversations that need to be had. And we're not always talking about these things, but there is something that as I'm a pastor, and Joel, you are a Christian?
Yes, I
Okay.
am. I love Jesus.
I think it's just there's a piece of us as the church. I go, we can do this better. We can do this better, and I think we've just used this phrase. When it just comes to, again, serving and loving people, just go, hey, let's go bake the cake. Let's bake the cake. It's worth it. It's what we've been called to. We should be looking for opportunities. I just don't understand why, and I do know why, because it's this creating distance between people who are not like us. It's the very thing that Jesus pushed back against. Who, I remind you,
Yeah.
is at the core of our faith. Right?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
makes sense, actually.
You are a Christian?
That makes sense.
Okay.
No. Christ, Christian. I get it. No, I get it. There's some similarities there.
And I want to just say
Honestly.
this too. Yeah, we're in a series right now called Unoffendable at the church.
Okay.
Unoffendable by Brent Hansen is one of my favorite books.
Yeah, that's
Number one book of
fantastic
2018. And we're in the middle of the series, so I'm hyped up on this a little bit already.
Can't tell.
And again, here's the thing. I think as Christians, we tend to look to be offended. I'm offended that a homosexual couple would come in here and ask me to bake a cake. I'm offended that Starbucks has in their cup Mary Coffee this year.
I love that.
We get offended.
I know, but
why?
'Cause
why?
Well,
What?
I think in coming episodes and I mean we're not quitting anytime soon. I think we're gonna end up talking more and more about this, and I think that's one of the reasons we wanted to chat about it today, set it up, because this is gonna it's gonna weave its way through episodes in the future, time and time again.
Yeah,
So.
and here's what I'd say too. Feel free. I mean, on wherever you see this on our Instagram or whatever, hey, we welcome the dialogue, because I don't think anyone everyone who listens to this is gonna go, oh, I totally agree. So we welcome dialogue to go, well, hey, what about this, or what do you think about that? And it might be some tension-filled stuff, but it's worth the conversation, because at the end of the day, if you are a follower of Jesus, then I think you have to wrestle with scenarios like this.
I want to even say, if you're not a follower of Jesus, we still want to hear, bring it in. Tell us tell us how you've been hurt by people who aren't applying this concept to bake the cake.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. And we won't ignore it. We do want to talk about these things.
Feel free to disagree with
us.
We won't.
That doesn't bother us.
Yeah, we're not going to get all, holy and religious on you.
No.
Because that wouldn't be very loving.
Come on, we're talking
That wouldn't be very loving. We can talk about if we would or wouldn't. But here's what I'd say. You just can't crucify us because we would. Right?
That's right.
Doesn't make any sense.
So, Matt, bake the cake.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
Bake the cake.
Okay. That's what we got for this one.
Which, here's the thing.
Oh, no, he ain't done.
No, I'm not done.
No, don't try and shout him down.
Listen. This is why I love the name of this podcast. Because if you would go, and by the way, let's just be honest. We're not really making any money on these T-shirts. Okay?
No.
We made 15 cents.
15 cents. And we're not looking to make money.
No, we're not. But listen, this is why I love, if you were to buy a T-shirt and someone goes, oh, bake the cake, what's that about? Really at the heart of it, it's about
that's right.
It's a podcast that wants to encourage, we want to have fun and we want to joke around, but at the end of the day too, we want to encourage folks to love people well. And I think this is a way that can even be a discussion starter, if you choose to rep it, which I like. And that and for me too, it's just one of those easy conversations for me. And it plays really well with people who from all walks of life, because I like that.
Bake the cake.
I could even see a future tattoo. Whoa. Wait a minute. Can you have a tattoo and be a Christian?
Yes. Oh. Yes, and I want that slice of cake on my arm, bake the cake.
What if
we're going to do that?
Okay, what if, this is a bad idea, but let me put it out.
Yeah.
What if I had a slice and you had a slice of the same cake? And when you put our slices together, you can see.
Like friendship tattoos.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
How many slices are in our cake?
Infinite amounts of slices.
Is there? What if there's just 10 slices?
10 slices. We got to pick? Now, does that
other
feel
people get a
very
slice.
Loving? Now I feel like we're contradicting the name of our podcast.
Sorry, take that out. Delete that.
Oh my goodness.
Delete
we
that.
We just spent 25 minutes talking
Delete
about...
Delete that.
Oh, Matt.
I got excited about tattoos.
That's fine. I'm all in though. Tattoos. I'm all in for a bake the cake tattoo. If you want to bake the cake tattoo, why don't you email us at bakethecakepod@gmail.com. We'll talk
we're looking
about
for a tattoo artist out there.
Also, follow us at Bake the Cake Pod on Instagram.
Yeah.
We got a T-shirt that we recently put up. We'll be putting up more merch, more things, more ways to get involved. We're growing this thing.
I haven't talked to you about this just a little bit, but here's what I want to do.
Okay.
When we get to 100 followers on Instagram, we're going to have a drawing for a cake.
Yeah, I like that.
Do you like that?
Yeah, we're at 58 or 56 right now.
When we get to 100, we'll do a drawing, and we will draw the people that are on our Instagram channel. We'll draw from those names. Yeah.
Somebody's going to win a cake.
Is that fun?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep, I'm in.
All right, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Joel, I know what you're thinking right now. I'll buy it. It's my idea.
Guys, he ain't going to buy the cake. All right. Listen, let's cut this one off. we love all you guys. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you again on the other side on the next time.
Peace.
Leches on the Monday. This feels like I love you, man. Like I'm trying to sign off. Like I'm leaving the voicemail. Okay, I'll see you then, or I'll see you another time.
You hang up. No, you hang up. You hang up.
All right.
All right. Bye, guys.